Hi, y'all. I'm Trish. Welcome to Harmony of Healing. I really would like to establish this channel and really just help each other heal. I do come to you guys tonight, with some love and compassion. I have some dragon's blood incense lit just for some protection while I tell my story. But I'm also ready to tell the truth. I will even tell you my faults in my story. Okay. I will start by saying that it took me a very long time to start loving myself. Okay. I think even like God and the angels and my current boyfriend intervened, and actually had to actually teach me how to do that, because I was unaware. When you start healing, hopefully you get to the point where you you have to integrate your shadow to be balanced, the light and the dark, right? So I looked at my shadows, and I guess it was really like my mom's side. She was a single mom, and she always told me how amazing I was and how beautiful she thought I was, and how what was another word she used that I still never understand to this day. Intimidating. She said I was intimidating. Okay. But she never loved herself. So when you're only raised by a single woman, and she doesn't love herself, why would I love myself? Why would I think it's okay for the woman that's taking care of me? Why would I think it's okay to love myself when she doesn't love herself? So I've always tried to pour from an empty cup, let's say. I never had good taste in guys at all, and the ones that were good, it seemed like I chased off, or I always thought the other shoe was gonna drop, so I would leave beforehand. Oh, I forgot to mention on my dad's side, he was a possible narcissist, but he left my mom for another woman when I was 2 months old. I have since then healed that by already saying goodbye to him. I will not be going to his funeral. So when I met my ex, needless to say, I didn't love myself very much. Now, I always felt like I got like little snippets when I was with certain people. Like, yes, this is the way love should be, I got that from certain people, and I liked it. But like I said, I was always afraid that the other shoe was going to drop. So I would just project my, daddy issues or something on them, and, ruin the relationship, or just ghost them, whatever. Wow, yeah. So I was dating somebody else shortly for a little bit when I met my son's dad. And he was a good guy, but that was just one of the things that I did because I didn't love myself, and I didn't know how. I guess when you don't love yourself, you don't know how to conduct a relationship. Frick, man, like I knew how it should go, but I was not good at seeing it through. It's really weird to explain. I guess if you know, you know. Um, but it was all me. Like, it was all stuff that I needed to work on. All the shadow stuff, you know, the mommy issues, the daddy issues, you know, any other childhood trauma that I needed to work on that I never did. Nobody ever taught me, even being in therapy when I was younger. I never got this far as I have since I left my son's dad. So I want y'all to be I want y'all to be able to recognize how narcissists act. So if you're watching this video, you can be like, oh shit, this person in my life acts like exactly how she's describing. I should get the fuck out. And yes, you should get the fuck out. You will be, honey, let me tell you, if you learn to integrate your shadow, and you can read this, you can see all this BS, and it's not just in your relationship, it's in all your relationships, not just your, like, loving relationships, not just with a man or a woman, you know, it's every relationship, friends, family, you know, strangers. I too am a healer, just to let you guys know. I feel like for me, this journey, well, I was gonna say it's easy, but it took 46 years, so I guess not. It just takes me a lot longer to learn the lesson. So when I first met my son's dad, I'd say attached to me very quick. Just stayed at my apartment. When he said he was leaving, he ended up staying. Like, we just ended up just like one day he was there and never left. So as I said, I never really learned how to love myself, okay? Yeah. Never did. So when my then new boyfriend, wanted to, you know, buy me this like sexy outfit and take pictures and blah, 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 I was uncomfortable with it, but I was like, okay, you know, I hadn't had much experience. My love life was pretty vanilla, so sure. You know, I took pictures. My body was banging back then, so let me tell you, they looked good anyway. Didn't even realize it, you know, when I was flossing. So that stuff very quickly turned to, like handcuffs. Basically, honey, Christian Grey. You ever seen 50 Shades of Grey? This is what it quickly turned into. You know, like getting choked out. And even when I was uncomfortable with something, it was always, oh, you're so vanilla. Oh, you don't want to try. You don't love me, blah, blah, blah. That's just the start of that shit, honey. Let me tell you what. We use those in all types of instances throughout the relationship. But we always fought about sex and money. Basically, because he would spend all the money but want all the sex. How does that work, sir? How can you want stuff to happen to you when you just spent all my damn paycheck? So, now, I will tell you right now, there was a time of a year when our son was born graciously, where I was collecting unemployment and taking care of our son, and he was working, and we brought in enough money. The spending wasn't so bad then. It was really weird. I don't feel like it was bad until like it. Nope, I was gonna say I don't feel like it was bad until Owasso, because we started in East Lansing, and no, he was lying to me there too. So I was gonna say the money thing didn't get bad, but nope, he friggin' bought a blazer and told the guy that he worked with to lie about me, or to lie to me about it if I asked, because I found like a text or something. Lord Jesus, give me strength. A lot of stuff that I didn't want to do. Okay, so if you don't want to do something, if you are in a loving relationship and you don't want to do something, and your loved one pushes you to that point to where you are crying, and then that they can still get off, that's rape, y'all. Just give it a name. It's rape. Okay? I'm sorry for this very explicit part of the video. But I went through years of, I'm not even going to give him a name. You know what? Because that gives him, no, that just gives him power, and I'm not going to do it. I'm also not going to bring ego into this. That's also why I'm not putting his name out. But there was a lot of like double penetration. See how many friggin', vibrators and my friggin' penis and shit we can put in there. If you're with a partner and they tell you no, it's no, or it's rape. Period. So yeah, there's been tons of money, y'all. Like, I don't know, there's 3 loans that I'm still paying on. More of the, I would, my money would go towards bills. His money would go towards whatever he wanted, and I would have to ask for money, if I needed money for bills. So I might ask for $300 so I could cover a bill. But I would have to do that every time I wanted money for bills. Every time. And I also had to ask my mom for money all the time. If we asked his parents, yes, we'd have to pay them back, but he never wanted to ask his parents anyway. It was always my mom. Now, my mom is a freaking saint, y'all. Like, she did her best, and she did a damn good job, and she was just the type of mother that I needed growing up, even though she didn't really teach me how to love myself. That was not her fault. It was just something, I want to say, in our lineage that had to be healed. Okay? That has since been healed. But she was a very, very good mom. We were all each other had, It was just me and her growing up. And she was great. She was very encouraging and, everything like that. So, she was like the neighborhood mom, all the kids, even though she put up with kids that friggin' stole, everything. They just wanted to come over and, I don't know, hook and steal shit. She put up with it, because, I don't know, y'all. I didn't have good intuition when I was younger. I did, I just didn't listen to it. And now I listen to my intuition. Let me tell you, not only did it take me 46 years of my life, it took me 18 years of a bad relationship. Some people just say, like, that's how, big your heart is, maybe. But it's not like I always knew. And I don't know why I stuck around. I don't know if it was that codependency thing. I don't know if it was, I didn't think I could do it by myself. But y'all, you can, and you will be, not only will you feel a weight lifted, you will be proud of yourself. You'll learn to love yourself. I'm going to read you some things that I have written. I just have like a little list here. If you see me looking down, I'm sorry. I have, I kind of had some points that I wanted to talk about. But I do have a list of things that I found before I started the video, of things like, this is how I started to heal. And I just can't believe I had to write these things down. Okay. So, I mean, there's just things I can tell you. Like, I had to miss my best friend's wedding. My best friend's wedding, at the time, was, excuse me, sorry, that was gross, was, shortly after COVID. So COVID was in January. Her wedding was in October. And he still didn't want me to go. Threw a big fit about me going. Also, it was really weird, if I ever wanted to go to my mom's or a wedding or anything like that, it was really weird how he picked. Like, the first wedding that he went to with me, we were like brand new in relationship, so he just, decided to go with me. The second one, he knew, it was one of my high school friends, and he knew her because we used to bowl together. So, and then he went to that. But if it was somebody like my family, he wouldn't go. Well, except for my cousins, the first one. But like I said, I think he just went because, it was a new relationship. But as things, as things went on, he didn't want to go to my mom's. He wouldn't go to my cousins. My cousin and I are very close. Her mom and my mom are twins, y'all. So we are close. We've been together, like, we're like sisters, because we've been together since, we were little. We were always around each other because my aunt always used to watch me. She raised us when my mom wasn't around. So it was her, and it was my aunt and uncle and my mom. And those were the adults, in my life all the time. But those were her parents, not mine. Anyway, so like I said, we were super close. He wouldn't go to that wedding with me. But then, like, I remember him going to, like, it was his boss's, something passed away. He went to that. He went to his own grandma's funeral. He was always talking about, he was really, like, connected with his female, like, older female bosses, which I thought was kind of odd and creepy. I do feel like he needed a good mother influence. But yeah, I wasn't his mother. I wasn't his maid. I wasn't, I was supposed to be his mate. And I never felt like he saw me like that. I always felt like he saw me like a piece of meat, money, his maid, his cook. Y'all, he knew how to cook, but I'd be the one that cooked. I could work a 12, 14, 16-hour day, and I'd still be the one to expect to come home and either provide a meal or make a meal. Oh, the hoarding. Oh my gosh, y'all. I wish I had pictures. I wish I could post pictures. Actually, I don't. It's gross. But the mess that I had to clean up, that I'm still cleaning up 6 months later. Horrible. Would not throw a single thing in the trash. And it could have been a beer bottle top. It could have been a wrapper. It could have been a cup from the gas station. A pile of trash on the side of the couch on my floor. And I will say it was my floor. It is my floor. It is my house. Because I own it. I bought it. I got the loan. I got the mortgage. There's a friggin' Trans Am in my shed. His Trans Am, my name on it. There's a Blazer out in the front of my house. His name, or his Blazer, but my name on it. Y'all, if I want to be a real dick, I would just steal all of his shit. There's guitars, fishing rods, $400 fishing rods. This is what he would spend his money on. Love bomb me, and I just mean like just buy me like tons of shit for no reason. Like a bunch of makeup, or like, and he had good taste, so you know it wasn't like, you know, Michael Kors stuff, but I didn't ask for it. I would have rather had money for the fucking bills. I still have stuff here, and I wouldn't care. First of all, there's a PPO until I got a PPO for a year, so and it's only been 6 months. But even if he came back in 6 months and wanted to take all this shit, I don't fucking care. Have it. I just... No, we definitely felt like we had to walk on eggshells with each other. But there was more than one time where he said to me, I don't know why you just won't do what I tell you. Because, sir, you're not my fucking dad. You're supposed to be my partner. And I don't take orders from my partner. We communicate and we try to come up with a mutual decision. Okay? Oh, the gaslighting was, you know, if you guys are arguing and if you're coming up with these like legitimate reasons and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about, or you're being too sensitive, or something, that's gaslighting. Okay, when you have a point and you know damn well you have a fucking point, you've made your fucking point, and they try, I don't know what you're talking about. And then 2 weeks later, they use that point in a conversation with you. Excuse me, sir. Who do you think you are talking to? Y'all. 18 years. I really try to make it work. It's my son's kid. My son's kid. Nope, don't have any grandbabies yet. It is it's my kid's dad. But come to find out, my kid didn't really respect him much. But that's their problem, and that's his story. I don't know. There's just so much, y'all. I worked, for the majority of the time that we were together. I would work. I was a CNA for 10 years. Let's see. I worked at a bowling alley for 10 years. So at the end of me working at the bowling alley is when we started dating, and that was when we lived in East Lansing. Then we moved to I guess I shouldn't really be saying where we live. Anyway, we moved And then we moved to this house. So we were together. My son was like a year when we moved in this house. He's 16 now, so we've been here for about 15 years. But the majority of that time, I'd say 15 years here, I'd say 12 of those years, I was the breadwinner. I was the one who brought home all the money. I was a CNA for 10 years. I would work 12, 14, 16-hour days. And even now and then there was a period of, it was COVID, because I had just found out that I have COPD. So when COVID came around, I just freaked out, and I didn't want to work, and I quit my CNA job, and I didn't work for like 4 months. I sold stuff like online, just to try to get some extra money here and there, but he was the breadwinner those 4 months. So the year that I had my son, and the 4 months that I didn't work during COVID. I then did get a job, another job, where I'm currently at now. I'm sorry, I'm just reading over my notes really quick. Okay. So there was this miraculous day. Okay, I guess I gotta get into this. So I had a chronic, this is how I met my current boyfriend, which is actually kind of funny, but this time it actually worked. And this was like God. I believe that this was God, or the angels, or something from the divine. I've been in a very loving relationship. I don't know, technically, literally, I've been in a loving relationship for 6 months. I've been in a relationship for 2 years. In 2024, I believe it was, my son's dad had a psychotic break, and this wasn't the first time. He is bipolar, manic depressive. I believe there might be some other stuff going on. Not like schizophrenic or anything, but there's some highs, and there's some very, very, very low lows. And I did take him to doctor's appointments and everything throughout this 18 years to at least just try to get him leveled out to where he feels normal. And he's also not had a driver's license the whole time we've been together, or that we were together. So I was the one driving all the time. So he had a psychotic break, and was not getting along with his boss at work. His boss was nasty, and he was an a-hole. He just was not good to the guys working there. Excuse me. Sorry. I had gotten to a point in this relationship where when he told me that he quit his job, inside I was basically done then. I was done trying to be supportive. I was done trying to be loving. I was done trying to be caring. Because you knew what... First of all, we had gotten like 3 loans, okay? I think a couple were worth like $10,000 and two were worth a couple were worth $10,000, one worth $20,000. Guess whose name those were in? Um, and I know I was foolish. I take full responsibility. Everything that you guys hear, I do take full responsibility for my part in this. Okay, I'm not trying to come across saying how evil he is, even though there was some times where I felt like I just wanted to end it, honestly. Okay, I think there's an attachment there. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna take a drink. Excuse me. I really forgot what I was saying. I know that I said about his so I felt just as low too. Like sometimes I felt like his attachment was trying to attach to me, if that makes any sense. I'm just getting into this world, y'all. This like the healing, like past the 3D, looking beyond. It's beautiful, but it's different. It's different from where I've been. It's beautiful. Trust it is. I'll get there in a little bit. Oh. So I was just once he quit his job. I was done emotionally. I was just emotionally, mentally done. There was nothing he could say. We barely talked during that time. There was a period, I think he was out of work for like 8 months. And I was, going to work, full-time job, picked up, what little extra hours I could. My job now doesn't really allow you to have overtime unless it's approved. I would constantly be asking my mom almost every month for like $400 just so I could catch up on bills. Like I said, she was a saint, y'all. So after of him being out of work for about 6 months, I was just fed up. And he was upstairs one time, and I reached out. There was this guy who always came into my work that I knew liked me. And I knew he was on Instagram. I had him on like Instagram and like TikTok or something. So I reached out. Not expecting anything. And we started seeing each other. I'm not proud of this. This isn't the way that I wanted things to go with my ex, but I feel like any way that I would have I feel like any route I would have chosen to go, it would have ended up the same way because even from the beginning, he said to me, if you ever leave me, I'm going to kill myself. Great, so I'm stuck. No matter how I felt about the situation at the time. And he's probably said to me that, I don't know, like 3 different times. So yes, we did date on and off for, well, up until said timing. I'll get to that in a second. I will say he was very my current partner was very respectful, not wanting to be physical because of the relationship that I was still in, and I respected him feeling that way. It was the most healthy relationship I've ever been off the bat, to be honest. But the reason I was attracted to him, and he is a very um, handsome man, but he was very light and fun and joked and just he always just wanted to show me little things. And it was really cute and sweet. And the first time we went out on a walk, um, we were just standing there and a beam of light just kind of shined in between us. And we were just looking around and I just noticed that light. And then later, on our walk, it was a cold, like kind of crappy day. It was probably only like maybe in the 40s and the wind was blowing and it was cloudy. But there was a wedding in the park. And it was just like, wow. And I tried not to think anything of it. I'm like, this is stupid. Don't read into it. Like this, nothing's gonna happen. So fast forward to get to what happened on March 11th. I'm sorry, that's coming up. That's today. Actually, I'm doing this the night before just to let you know because my son and I are going out for our anniversary tomorrow to celebrate. But fast forward, my ex had been in a job now for about a year. I don't want to say where it is, but yeah, he could have gotten a much better job. Now, he's an intelligent man, first of all. He could fix anything that he wanted to. But to get this man to put forth the effort, oh my God. So I found a man that did. And I'm not proud of it, but like I said, I think whether I was honest with my ex from the very beginning or not, I think it always would have ended up very similar. So one morning, he wants to see my phone, suspicious of what I've been doing, blah, blah, blah. Because, I wasn't really paying him much attention. I was done. Like, I was mentally and emotionally already done. The sick part, I was still having sex with him. I just didn't know what to do, you guys, because we lived together. I'll just go that far. We lived together. Yes, it was still me. I hadn't learned to love myself. Yeah, I was a hot mess, y'all, for a long time. I did also have drunk drivings when I was, like in my early 20s. I went through like AA for like 4 or 5 years, okay? That was probably the one time that I did, learn to love myself a little bit. And actually, doing all this healing work is actually very much like that. Sorry, all those. Anywho, so he has to see my phone. I gave it to him. He found all my stuff. I was kind of at the point like, yes, let's get this over with. Told him about my current boyfriend. Oh, you love this guy? Yes, I do. It was time. I was ready. It was time. I was ready. By the grace of God, that day, that happened. He would not give me back my phone, even just to call work. We had to go through this. So I was trying to get ready for work. And I don't know if, I'm sure some of you guys know, but he had a Weatherby, which is a large 50 caliber rifle. And got on his knees in front of me and put it under his chin and asked me if that's what I wanted. My response was absolutely not. I don't want any of that. I don't want any of this anymore. I'm done. So he continued. He wasn't standing, like, our kitchen and bathroom are connected. So I was downstairs here in the bathroom, just still trying to get ready for work so I could get the hell out of here. And the gun went off. He laughed, which why I said something about an attachment earlier. Like, y'all, that I have seen his eyes sometimes, and that laugh. And it was so weird because sometimes he would seem so human, and then I get these little I'd get just these little moments, you know, of us fighting and, you know, just like these black eyes and just like so mad he'd shake. And this is just like about like us like arguing about bills or some stupid shit. Okay? So he laughed about the gun going off. I just wanted the hell out of this house. Luckily, he let me walk out. I do believe that morning, God or an angel or something was in my house protecting me, guiding me, saying, bitch, fucking go. This is your fucking time right here, and you better pick yourself. And I fucking did. And I don't care how I did it. I fucking finally picked myself and fucking finally decided that I was gonna learn how to fucking love me. And guess what? I fucking did. I fucking did. And since then, I have found my power. Since then, I've forgiven myself. Since then, I've figured out how to love myself. And so can you. Get out of this bullshit. Oh, you guys want to know what happened? Bang, bang, he's gone. Oh, so I left the house and I went up to the gas station, which is just, a couple blocks away, which is actually how, my current boyfriend and I met in the first place. I went up to because I didn't have my cell phone, so I went up there. I pretended like I was walking to work, but whoop, did like a little loop to loop back and used their phone and called the cops, and the cops brought me here. I had to give them my keys because they wouldn't answer the phone, or he wouldn't answer the door, excuse me. And then it felt like, oh my god, it felt like an hour, but it was probably only like 20 minutes. This said, oh, if I get cut off, it said it's gonna stop soon, so I'm sorry to cut this short. I really wanted to say that everything's fine. You can learn. It's never too late to learn how to heal, how to love yourself, Like one of the things I wrote down when I first started healing was I allow myself to feel love and happiness. I allow myself to heal with gratitude and patience. I allow myself to see others as others see me. And I just want you guys to start doing that. And when I'll continue this video, if you guys want me to make more empowering healing videos, we can do that. We can do music, we can work out, whatever you guys want to do, okay? Give me some ideas. And I love you, and I just really hope this helps somebody. I just really want to us to heal. I just really want you guys to be brave enough to tell your stories. Okay, so oh if you took anything away from this, it's just love yourself. Love yourself enough to give yourself freedom and to feel peace. If it doesn't feel good, I'm not going to take credit for this. There's a woman that I watch. Her name is Energy, and she says that if it doesn't feel good, it's not God. And that's how I want you to think. Does it feel good? Does this situation feel good to me? No, then it's not for me. Because God wants us to have everything that we want in our lives. Okay, we are human beings. We're here to just be. That is our birthright, to just be. We can make videos about, I'll teach you guys like how to alchemize, turn like lead into gold, rags into riches. Y'all, I'm telling you, there's a whole nother world out there, a whole nother, let's say, other dimensions, and just good night. Before I'm making too many videos, and I need to say good night because this is the Midwestern good night, because we take forever to say goodbye and good night, and we'll hold the door for you forever. But good night, and I love you, and I just really hope that one person watching this took something from this video. So you're the best, and you can do it. I love you.